Now, it wasn't just equities. Commodities also rallied overnight as bets that Ireland's going to receive some of the bailout money soothed market jitters. And the Reuters Jefferies CRB index gathering more than 2% overnight. Let's get to Jonathan Barratt, who's Managing Director of Commodity Broking Services, joining us now from Sydney. It's been quite a week, Jono. We started out on a fairly bearish note. The market's now bounced. Some of those factors on Wall Street overnight, GM, you had the hopes around Ireland. What in particular were you focusing on when it comes to trading commodities?
Karen, look, it's a bit of a tough one because one day you're absolutely right, we're bullish, the other day we're bearish. I mean, 2 days ago we had problems in China, we had problems in Ireland, but now we've got a solution to China and we've got a solution to Ireland. So all of a sudden, everything looks rosy. I really want to see a little bit more detail as to what's actually going to occur with China and also with Ireland. And once we see a little bit more detail on that, then we can get a clearer picture of how commodities will generally trade, I think, as we lead into Christmas. But it's been very tough over the last week and very volatile.
John, how much leadership do you reckon we'll get from Bernanke? Speaking at the ECB today, this Friday, he's very likely to come out, all guns blazing, defending QE2. If he does that, dollar's going to get clobbered further, I expect. Then that's broadly going to be positive for commodity markets, is it not?
Look, I think generally the market wants to read positiveness into it, and there's no doubt about it. I mean, it's still a bit dubious as to how the US dollar will trade, but I think Bernanke will continue to promote his monetary stimulus, and as a result of that prove that, okay, it's created some stability. And the recent economic data out of the States has been very, very positive. I mean, that's only last night, really. And if you think 2 nights ago we had a problem with housing. But at the moment, I think he's running with that support. And I think the market wants to take on that support. And that's why I think we've seen the rally over the last 24 hours. As to whether it's sustainable, Cherie, not too sure. Gold did have a good bounce off its low. There's no doubt about it. But I still think we have got a high in place for gold for the year.
Jono, when we spoke to you last week, you were saying you didn't believe that oil could maintain its high prices. Since then, we had a 3-day sell-off in oil. Where it's sitting right now after a slight nudge up overnight, do you think there is more momentum back in the gold price?
I think there's more momentum in the gold price, but also I think with the oil price, I think that we're not going to reach to new highs. I mean, we had some data, I thought, which was quite interesting in terms of inventories. We're seeing, I think, an inventory draw, which is actually quite encouraging as we lead into winter. But as it comes, I think the oil market is still oversupplied, but I feel that we're still going to be in more of a range. So momentum will carry it through, but I don't think we'll get through US $90 a barrel. In fact, I actually feel we've got a lot of resistance at 84. But Karen, I think we have to really look at what sort of solutions we're going to get out of China in terms of how they're going to combat inflation, because they're one of the major, obviously the major buyer.
Jono, it seems to me that gold is the Lady Gaga of the commodity markets right now. Everybody seems to be mad about it. Isn't there more compelling trade to be found in silver? The holdings, if you look at investment flows into the ETFs, the iShares Trust seem to be going from strength to strength. Aren't there more compelling trades there?
Look, I think gold in itself has actually been quite interesting. We looked for a sell-off in gold, and we've only just recently noted, or in fact we've seen the demand, the physical demand has certainly picked up. Physical demand's picked up by close to 36% over the last quarter. Is there a compelling trade in silver? I think there has always been that story or that feeling that silver, because it has some lead into manufacturing, is sort of a commodity that's always underpriced in respect to gold. But with the recent move back in gold, you'll start to find, I think, that gold, there's more of a compelling argument for gold over silver at the moment. But when you trade both of them, look, I like them both at the right level. Silver has this more argument that you'll get more bang for your buck out of it.
We can't let him get away with it, can we?
What, the Lady Gaga part?
Yeah.
I'm still chuckling about that. I was like, whoa, Shri.
It just occurred. That's what the kids like these days, isn't it?
Lady Gaga is a precious metal, is what you're saying.
So is it. There you go.
I don't have China's buying.
No. And, sometimes it's what drunks call, you have these moments of clarity, and I don't know.
Flashes
this
of
happens
brilliance.
at 6 o'clock in the morning, John.
Yeah, what do you think, John? Only at 6 in the morning, right?
Yeah, Lady Gaga's fine. I'm trying to work out the correlation, though.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga, dollar index, gold. I'll work it out.
Yeah.
On that note, we'll close off on the physical demand story there. Jonathan Barratt, thanks for joining us.